All right. So apparently behavior is joining the AI controversy. So this is the original Reddit post that I saw. It's basically a job description where behavior is looking for a programmer to join their generative AI research team. Now, if you guys aren't aware, a little bit of backstory about why AI is controversial. It's a very complicated subject, but one of the main issues is that generally speaking, when generative AI has been trained, it's been stealing other people's work. So like when you hear a lot of artists talk about it, it's because artists did not consent to their artwork to be fed into the AI machine that is then trained to generate images. That's one really big problem, and you can see that a lot with like writing. I have not heard anyone speak about it in terms of coding and how that particular issue with AI is. But another main issue is the amount of resources it takes to run generative AI. So if you guys have heard about Microsoft and their AI data farm, basically, it's using up all the water for the population, and it's also polluting the air. So people buy these AI data centers, don't have access to clean water, and their air is being dirtied because of the AI. So those are the two primary issues people have with AI. So that's kind of why people are freaking out, because behavior wants to use AI to code. Now, on Twitter, it looks like they've already responded, or no, this is on Reddit. So it says, we have a very firm policy that prevents the inclusion of anything generated by AI in Dead by Daylight or any other games we're working on, including marketing assets. Yes, behavior is exploring the use of generative AI tools to improve internal workflows, not for anything that ships in our games, but our policy isn't changing this, and this isn't a role on the game team. What's interesting about that is somebody goes in and looks at the job description, and it specifically says video, image, or content creation. So even though behaviors responded saying that they don't plan on using AI and that they have policies in place to prevent the use of AI for marketing, the job description would say otherwise. Now, this could be two different departments talking, because whoever made the job description is not going to be the same person that's responding to Reddit comments. Those are going to be two totally different teams. One's going to be HR. One is going to be a branch off of marketing. That's kind of crazy, because I just can't think of any scenario in which this is a good thing. We all know Dead by Daylight is basically ran on spaghetti code. So if they're going to use it for coding, I don't think Dead by Daylight, I don't think behavior's code is going to work well with AI. Like, I think it's going to corrupt whatever AI it is, because we all know it's built on spaghetti code. We all know that this stuff breaks all the time. You can't take something that's broken and then feed it to AI, because that's just going to return an even more broken product. They say that it's not going to be used for marketing materials, but then the job description explicitly says video, image, or content creation. What would that be if it's not game assets? I don't think this is going to work out how behavior thinks it's going to work out. So I guess if Dead by Daylight starts to get worse, we all now know why. I just can't get over this, because like AI doesn't even have good PR right now. I think AI could potentially be a great tool. I think AI could be a fantastic tool, but I think where we're at with AI, one, it's not as smart as people think it is, because people think AI is so smart, and there's a stat going around that ChatGPT self-reported it has a 65% inaccuracy rate. So 65% of the time, ChatGPT is wrong. But then it's also just like, yeah, the energy consumption on this is crazy. And if you ever hear somebody say that humans consume more than AI, you should know that study is comparing an entire human lifespan to a single query of AI. So it is not genuine at all. Like, AI in its current state is consuming more resources. It is dirtying things like water, which are not replaceable. It is consuming more and harming the environment more. I don't know what behavior expects out of this, because they're saying it's not being used for coding. They're saying it's not being used for marketing. So what is it being used for? I think the dev on Reddit just doesn't know what's going on, because I think this is two different departments that are not talking to each other at all. And that's why there's like this conflicting information about like what's going on with Dead by Daylight and generative AI. So I guess if the game starts to get worse, this is probably why, because that means I'll be using AI to code, which, so I will speak from indirect experience. My dad is a programmer. My dad is a programmer for a major automotive manufacturer. He is a coder of over 30 years, and they have had his team use AI. And even he says for coding, it causes more problems than it fixes, because AI is just not smart yet. It has the potential to be really smart, but we also, like, as humans would have to teach it a lot more than what we've taught it so far. I have a feeling this is going to probably start pushing people away from Dead by Daylight. Not even if it's just like a whole like, are you pro or anti-AI, but I do think this is going to harm the game. If they use this in the game in any way, shape, or form, even if we say content ideas, I think this will harm Dead by Daylight in the long run. I think Dead by Daylight is trying to hop on the same bandwagon that every corporation has been hopping on, But I think ultimately, like, if they try to integrate AI between just the problems of AI itself and the problems that behavior has within its own code, I don't think it's going to be good. I don't know. Leave your thoughts on this, because I don't think this is good. Even if it's just for marketing, I don't think this is good, because it's just AI is just not good right now.